Picture this: two armies facing each other across a valley, the Israelites on one side, the Philistines on the other. For 40 days, a shadow has fallen over the Israelite camp. That shadow belongs to a man named Goliath, a Philistine champion over 9 feet tall, decked out in heavy bronze armor and carrying a spear with a tip weighing more than 15 pounds. Every morning and every evening, he roars across the valley, mocking the Israelite army and their God, challenging them to send out a single warrior to fight him. But every soldier, from the lowest rank to King Saul himself, is terrified. No one dares to face him. Meanwhile, a young shepherd boy named David arrives at the camp. He's not a soldier, he's just there to bring food to his older brothers. But when he hears Goliath's taunts and sees the fear crippling his people's army, something stirs in him. It's not fear, it's righteous anger. He asks, who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? His own brothers scold him, telling him to go back to his sheep, but David's words reach King Saul. David is brought before the king and boldly declares, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." Saul is skeptical. He looks at David, a youth with no armor and no battle experience, and then thinks of the giant warrior. He tells David, "You are not able to go out against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth." But David has an answer ready. He tells Saul about how he has protected his father's sheep from lions and bears, killing them with his bare hands. He says, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Convinced by his faith, Saul agrees. He tries to give David his own royal armor, a heavy bronze helmet, and a coat of mail. David puts them on, but he can barely move. He's not used to this kind of weight. He takes them off, saying, "I cannot go in these, because I am not used to them." Instead, he walks toward the valley with only his shepherd's staff, his sling, and a pouch. He stops by a stream, carefully selects 5 smooth stones, and places them in his bag. That's it, a stick, a sling, and 5 stones against a fully armed giant. As David approaches, Goliath looks at him with contempt. He sees a ruddy, handsome boy and feels insulted. He bellows, "Am I a dog, that you come to me with sticks?" He curses David by his gods and threatens to feed his flesh to the birds and wild animals. But David's response is one of the most powerful declarations of faith ever spoken. He shouts back, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel." The battle is on. Goliath lumbers forward. David doesn't hesitate. He runs quickly toward the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag, he takes out a stone, places it in his sling, and begins to whirl it. With a single, powerful throw, he lets the stone fly. It soars through the air and strikes the giant squarely on the forehead, the only unprotected part of his body. The stone sinks deep into his head, and the mighty Goliath crashes face down on the ground. But the story doesn't end there. David runs over to the fallen giant. Since he has no sword of his own, he pulls Goliath's massive sword from its sheath. With one final, decisive act, he ends the giant's life and holds up his head for all to see. When the Philistines see their champion is dead, panic erupts. They turn and flee, with the Israelites roaring in victory as they chase them down. David took Goliath's armor and put it in his own tent, but he brought the giant's head to Jerusalem, a symbol that with faith, even the biggest giants can fall. It was a victory that changed everything for Israel and marked the beginning of David's rise to become their greatest king. Thank you for watching.